Ahead of spring baseball, CBU had its grand opening of the new baseball and softball clubhouse. What does this new addition mean to players as they are finally able to use it?
Volleyball has had some woes as of late, but that doesn't mean they haven't had some stellar play from key individuals. We'll highlight the playmakers that can get them over the hump.
Basketball season is fast approaching, and we've had some great gameplay from our women's team. In an effort to continuously grow talent, CBU looks to a talented player from Spain.
And as always, keep it locked into the end of the show as we highlight our top 3 plays of the month. The Lancer Sports Show starts now. Lancers, welcome back. We hope you're doing well. I'm Tyler Riley.
And I'm Grace Boudreau. Thanks for joining us as we take a look into the world of CBU athletics and the talented players who have helped make this institution what it is today.
There is immense talent here on campus, and the best way to help that talent grow is by providing facilities here that allow players to play at their best come game day.
That's right, and CBU understands this greatly, with the newest addition to campus being the clubhouse. It will provide baseball and softball players, along with staff, quality locker rooms and offices.
Reporter Zach Ibarra got an opportunity to speak with the manager and one of the team's newly acquired baseball players to highlight the benefit this facility adds to the school and what it means to them.
The Lancers have been making big moves when it comes to collegiate sports, from the high-flying kicks in men's soccer leading to a WAC championship, to women's basketball advancing for the first time ever into the March Madness tournament. Now it's baseball and softball's turn. With talented rosters, California Baptist University, along with its players, recognize the value a building with a host of new features brings to the team.
I mean, obviously being so new, it's easier to wake up in the morning and go to a clubhouse that, you actually want to spend time in with the guys that you are going to be with all year. So it's a very fortunate spot to be in. It's somewhere you want to be, it's not something that's dirty with like holes with bugs running around, It's very clean, well put together, and you could definitely tell that there was a lot of time and money put into this building.
As players are now able to enjoy the new facility, and the grand opening having been just over a month ago, CBU Baseball's head of analytics makes certain that the team is not getting caught up with all the new additions, but instead focused on how they can upgrade their success.
I think it definitely gives motivation for playing. I think that the head coach and the players have been reiterating the fact that with this new state-of-the-art locker room, there is kind of a expectation to perform on the field, and so I think that translates to their motivation and their hard work that they put on and off the field to meet the expectation that the school has given them with this state-of-the-art building.
While the standard remains the same for these student athletes, even Dom was a little taken aback by just how impressive this new facility is.
I mean, the new locker rooms are honestly, it's kind of breathtaking. Really state-of-the-art. It feels like you're walking into, an SEC locker room, something that one of the top programs in the country would, sport for their locker room. The great ceiling decor, TVs on every corner. The guys love it. It's really something that's, it takes you back when you first step in there.
And also a place to have bases loaded with new memories, some smiles, and a few more wins. Well, it looks like this will be a welcome addition to campus, and hopefully these student athletes can make something happen on the field as the season's just around the corner in the spring. For CBU TV, I'm Zach Ibarra.
Volleyball has been well underway, and their record hasn't been exactly what the Lancers want to see at this point in the season.
That may be true, but they have the pieces necessary to pick themselves up with some talented players.
With players like Nicole Mauser and Eliana Posada, who are the team leaders in points this season with 131.5 and 135 respectively.
We also have to throw Madison Gilliland in there as a defensive standout with 46 blocks on the year. As a middle blocker, she does her job well as the first line of defense for this team.
They currently have 1 win on the year, but with the skill set these players possess, that number can shoot up rapidly as the season continues. Women's basketball season is about to start up as they have their first matchup against the Oregon Ducks on November 4th. And after a promising season last year, making it to March Madness and facing off against the UCLA Bruins means there's a good reason to expect some success this year.
Absolutely. But they've lost some key players like Chloe Webb, who was instrumental in the team's success. Fortunately, CBU has an eye for talent. Isn't that right, Grace?
It is, and sometimes recruiters have to look far and wide for the talent needed to meet CBU's standard, and look no further than transfer student and guard Nook Bosch-Duran.
Our reporter, Brett Rosen, sat down with the talented player here about how she made her way from Barcelona to being a CBU Lancer.
5,783 miles is what Nook Bosch-Duran had to travel from Spain to CBU. A senior point guard with dreams to play professionally has been a difference maker for the CBU women's basketball program, especially since she brings in a different type of play style, being from Europe.
Growing up, I started playing basketball in my town, but then I kind of got recruited in a bigger club. And then I kind of knew that I was going to be better there and I was going to develop my game. The style of game in Spain is probably very different. It's fast, and that I carry that over here for sure. I think I just like to play fast and all that, so I think that helped my game a lot.
With Nook growing up around a different play style and being from another country, she also brings in a new toughness and grittiness to CBU that she had learned by playing for a more physical conference.
So the conference that Wichita State is at is the American Athletic Conference. That is a very physical conference, and a big adjustment for me was to get in the weight room. I think coming from Spain, I didn't lift a lot. I didn't like to lift and all that, but a big adjustment was to be like, okay, I need to get stronger because otherwise I'm not going to be able to play because everybody's super big and super strong. So I think that was a big adjustment.
After first playing with the Wichita State women's basketball program for a few years, transitioning to the next school was the next mission on Nook's mind. However, even though she had plenty more opportunities to visit other schools, CBU caught her heart.
I came on campus and I fell in love with it. I just kind of felt that it was the right place for me. I was supposed to go on other visits and I didn't.
Going from Spain to Wichita State to here to California Baptist University is no easy travel. However, for Nook, it was worth it where she got to play in March Madness for the first time this past year. Behind me, you can see some older banners of women's basketball teams from the past. However, CBU is continuing to try to get that elusive March Madness banner.
Oh my gosh, it was insane. It was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. It felt like it was a home game instead of an away game for sure.
Going from a veteran March Madness team to now missing players, and on top of that, missing your number one scorer, it is no easy task to keep the success going. However, for Nook and many others on the women's basketball squad, the goal was clear. Just get better and show what CBU women's basketball program is about to the new athletes.
Our style of playing is the same. Our coaches are great and they do a good job of showing and teaching the new girls how we want to play, and the new girls are willing to do the work to make that happen.
Now that Nook is going into her last year of eligibility at CBU, the plan is simple for what she wants as her next chapter in life.
For now, it's going back home and play pro there. Spain has a lot of different divisions that you can play at. So for now, I'll be just going home and see where I can play and play for as long as I want and can,
Nook Bosch-Duran being one of those amazing international players CBU's been able to snag up through the transfer portal, with her style of play being both physical and fast-paced. As a shooter, she's a force to be reckoned with. For CBU TV, I am Brett Rosen.
What a great story. Thank you, Brett. Tylen, we've said it all show long. We've got some talented players, and it's time to see that talent on display with the top 3 plays of the month.
Then let's jump in. First, we have women's volleyball and an absolute strike from Eliana Posada, thanks to a spectacular assist from Reese Reed, who lobs it up in the opposite direction of her momentum.
Coming in second place, we've got some corner kick action from the women's soccer team as Morgan Witz beautifully sets up Jana Heinen for an incredible go-ahead goal.
Finally, making a huge splash, coming in at the first place spot, we have Wyatt Bugby making a deep throw over defenders to Bodie Bowden, who threads the needles for the score.
Well, it's been fun covering CBU athletics this month, and there's going to be much more to unpack as the season for each sport unfolds.
Absolutely. And thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed watching, and remember to follow us on all socials. For all things CBU Sports, this is the Lancer Sports Show.